And welcome back, everybody. Back here at the Loop Road Baseball Softball Complex at Hamilton College in Clinton, New York. The New England Small College Athletic Conference ready to bring you NESCAC baseball action. Game number 2 of our doubleheader. The Continentals of Hamilton College and the Mammoths of Amherst, who have changed their uniforms to the black with a purple number. That's impossible to read at a distance, but that's okay. We'll muddle through here. Gene Conti at a super secret location in Clinton, New York. Travis Kiefer back at the field doing all the audio work or video work today. And the lineup for game number 2 for Amherst, it'll be Michael Perales leading off. He's in center field. Batting in the second spot, 24, is Joe Palmo, the catcher. Batting third is number 3 is Daniel Chin, the second baseman. Batting in the fourth spot, number 31 is Luke Paydian, the first baseman. Batting fifth is number 28, Chris Murphy at third base. Batting sixth, number 1 is Tyler Marshall in left field. Batting seventh is Camden New. He is the designated hitter. Where's number 19? Batting in the eighth spot is Alan Dye, the right fielder, number 12. And batting ninth, number 35, is Jackson Raydell, the shortstop. Defensively for the Continentals, it'll be Phil Bernstein in left, Jay Schlafer in center, and Jack Griffin is in right field. Matt McGoy's at third, Ethan Harast at short, Brady Slingers at second, and Charlie O'Brien is at first base. Tom Riley is the catcher, and on the mound is Gavin Schaefer-Hood. Gavin Schaefer-Hood with a record of 1 win, 1 loss, 4.50 ERA. He has 11 strikeouts on the year. This is his third appearance and third start of the year for the Continentals, hailing from State College, Pennsylvania. And Gavin Schaefer-Hood's ready, all set up there on the mound. And here is Michael Perales, as Amherst pretty much has the same lineup except for the designated hitter, Camden New. And Perales steps up to face Gavin Schaefer-Hood. Should be a good pitching matchup today in this second game. Gavin Schaefer-Hood's first pitch is outside for ball 1. Nick Giattino will be on the mound today for Amherst in this second game. So we're underway here. Continentals took the first contest by a score of 7-4. This one is popped up fair territory, and coming in to make the catch is Phil Bernstein on left field for out number 1. That'll bring up Joe Palmo, the catcher. Oh for 3 in that first game, and he worked out a walk. And Gavin Schaefer-Hood, beautiful curveball, drops right in there for call strike 1. Swung on and fouled off right at the plate for strike 2. So Gavin Schaefer-Hood ahead here on Joe Palmo. Continentals now a 3-4 mark on the year. And Amherst at 2 wins and 2 losses. This is only their second series they played this year. They played the opener against Wesleyan, had a week off, and then now it's their second series. Now the 0-2 pitch. And that's inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Palmo. Did catch the first game, is the catcher in this game as well. Pitch is swung on, and that one foul. Fielded there by Charlie O'Brien. Playing first base for the Continentals in game number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Palmo. Just getting underway in this second contest. And the pitch from Hood. And that one misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Palmo. All artificial surface here at Loop Road, except for some dirt on the mound, of course. Even the warning track is artificial surface. This one swung on out to center field. Jay Schlafer moves in a few steps and makes the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up Daniel Chin, the second baseman. Chin out of Issaquah, Washington State. Came in batting at 462. Had 2 hits in game number 1. Pitch from Gavin Schaefer Hood right in there for a call strike. Hood wastes no time, ready to go, and the pitch. Swung on, and what a catch by Brady Slinger. A little altitude on that one, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 goes Amherst in the top of the first, and the Continentals will be coming to bat. Here is the starting lineup for the Continentals. Batting in the first spot, number 10 is Phil Bernstein, the left fielder. Batting second is number 11, Ethan Harass, the shortstop. Batting third is Brady Slinger, the second baseman, wearing number 17. Batting in the fourth spot, number 9 is Matt McGoy, the third baseman. Batting fifth, number 8 is Jacob Hahn, the designated hitter. Batting sixth is number 23, Charlie O'Brien at first base. Batting seventh is number 19, Jack Griffin, the right fielder. Batting eighth will be Tom Riley, the catcher, number 25. And batting in the ninth spot is Jay Schlafer, number 3, in center field. Defensively for Amherst, Tyler Marshall's in left field. Michael Perales is in center. Alan Dyes in right. Chris Murphy at third. Jackson Rydell's at short. Daniel Chin at second. It's Luke Padian at first. Joe Palmo is the catcher. And Nick Giatino is the starting pitcher. Giatino, no win-loss record, a 2.84 ERA, 8 strikeouts, and this is his third appearance of the year for Amherst. So Giatino taking his warm-up tosses. Wearing number 9, Giatino from Pound Ridge, New York. Right-handed thrower. A few more warm-up tosses here. The Continentals looking for a sweep of this doubleheader. They won game number 1, 7-4. A lot of good hitting for the Continentals. At least 3 triples, a home run. The home run was by Ethan Harass, who ended up being got the save in the last game as he came in to pitch in the 7th. Here's Phil Bernstein. Bernstein, the sophomore from Brooklyn, New York. Had a hit in the first game. And now he faces Nick Giatino. And the first pitch from Giatino is inside for ball 1. 330 down the line, 375 in the gaps, 400 at dead center here at Loop Road. And the pitch swung on out to right field. And moving over there was Alan Dye. He makes the catch for out number 1. I'll bring up Ethan Harass. Harass was just one hit away from batting the cycle. Had a triple, a home run, and a single in game number 1. 2 runs batted in that game for Ethan Harass. He faces Nick Giatino right now, and the first pitch is outside, goes back to the fence. 1 ball, no strikes on Harass. Brady Slinger, who cheesed the ball there as he waits on deck. Giatino is set. And the pitch is swung on and fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Harass. Continentals with a 7-4 win in game number 1. Giatino again set. 1-1 pitch coming up. Outside. 2 balls, 1 strike now on Ethan Harass. Sophomore out of Oak Park, Illinois. Now with 2 triples and a home run on the year. Pitch to Harassed. And that one down low now. 3 balls and 1 strike on the Continental shortstop. Giatino looks in for a sign there from Palmo. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Full count now on Harassed. About 53 degrees at game time. Overcast skies. Peak of sunshine every once in a while today. And the wind picking up a little bit. Blowing from left to right. There's the pitch. Strike 3 call. Down looking goes Ethan Harassed. And Nick Giatino with his first strikeout of the afternoon brings up Brady Slinger, the second baseman. Slinger with a couple of hits in the last game and a run batted in. And some nifty field work out there to open up the game as well. That one is outside. 1 ball, no strike here on Slinger. Slinger's a junior from Nashville, Tennessee. Giatino set with the pitch. On the way. And that one bounces off the mound or bounces off the plate and foul. And that's ball 2 on Slinger. 2 balls, no strikes. Hit the plate and bounced out of sight. Giatino set again. And the pitch to Slinger. Swung on. This one's fouled off. 2 balls and 1 strike on Slinger. Slinger steps back in. And the pitch is outside. And the count now 3-1 on Slinger. 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the first inning, game number 2. No score. The 3-1 pitch is outside. He walked him. So the first walk given up here by Giatino. And Continentals have a base runner. And they'll bring up third baseman Matt McGoy. Senior out of Montclair, New Jersey. Came in batting at .308 on the year. Had a triple in game number 1. So McGoy to face Giatino. Continentals batting here in the bottom of the first inning. Slinger at first. Here's the pitch. Off speed is a little high for ball 1. Slinger off of first. Giatino looks over and moved to first base, and back safely is Slinger. One ball, no strikes on McGoy. Slinger a short lead at first. Here's the pitch. That one is outside. Nicely blocked there by Palmo. 2 balls, no strikes now on Matt McGoy. Again, Slinger off of first. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Continentals will end the short season, taking a doubleheader at Middlebury next weekend. There is no single game on Sunday. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one is down low. And the count now 3-1 on McGoy. There's 2 outs, 1 man on. Count is 3-1 on McGoy. And a throw over again and back safely is Slinger. Slinger will take off if he gets the chance. Here's the 3-1 pitch to McGoy. Drops right in there for a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A good curveball there from Giattino. Three-two pitch coming up. Outside, ball 4. So 2 walks in a row here by Nick Giattino. Continentals with runners at first and second with 2 outs. And the designated hitter, Jacob Hahn, comes up. Hahn was also the DH in game number 1. Reached on an error, sacrifice, and struck out in game number 1. So now runners at first and second as Slinger takes his lead off of second base. McGoy at first. Here's the pitch. A lot of movement on that one. There's a call strike. Move it. It broke just as it crossed the plate. 0-1 to Hahn. 2 men on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Giattino with the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So now Giattino ahead here on Jacob Hahn. Hahn is set. And the 0-2 out to the mound. Giattino fields, bobbles it just momentarily, throws out Hahn for out number 3. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, and 2 left on base. We'll go to the top of the second inning. Our score, 0-0 here on the Northeast Sports Network. Top of the second inning, no score. Gavin Schaefer-Hood on the mound for the Continentals. He'll face Luke Paydian, Chris Murphy, and Tyler Marshall here in the top of the second. And here is Luke Paydian, the first baseman. And the pitch down low for ball 1. Paydian is from Cattenaw, New York. He is a first-year player. Strike call by from Gavin Schaefer-Hood, 1-1. Paydian with 2 hits in that first game. And the pitch from Gavin Schaefer-Hood is fouled off for strike 2. No score, top of the second. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, down to second base. First baseman fields it, though, and tosses to Gavin Schaefer-Hood. So Charlie O'Brien got that ball and tossed to Gavin Schaefer-Hood for out number 1. That'll bring up Chris Murphy, the third baseman. Murphy, the sophomore from Pleasanton, California. Had a hit in game number 1. And the pitch, that went down low for ball 1. Hood working quickly. This one is a base hit to center field. Well, the first hit of the game belongs to the Mammoths as Murphy singles to center field. And they'll bring up the left fielder, Tyler Marshall. Marshall 0 for 3 in game number 1. Junior from Raleigh, North Carolina. So man on first is Murphy. This one fouled off for strike 1. And Murphy was on his way to second base, has to go back to first. 0-1 here on Tyler Marshall. 1 out, 1 on. Top of the second. Gavin Schaefer-Hood looks in for a sign from Tom Riley. And the pitch. Swung on. Under it there is Griffin. He makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 away. They'll bring up Camden New, the designated hitter. New is a first-year player from Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. Has 1 run batted in on the year, but is batting at 0-0-0. Must have walked in with the bases loaded or hit a sacrifice fly. And the pitch to Camden New is right in there for a call strike. A lot of first-year players here on the Amherst roster. And I'm sure just like the Hamilton roster, many were remote learning this year. This one is a check swing strike. 0-2 now on Camden New. 6'2" is New. Throw over to first. Nice move there by Gavin Schaefer-Hood, but back safely is Murphy. New steps back in. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here, 1 on. And the pitch from Gavin Schaefer-Hood. That one's a little high. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Amherst designated hitter. Amherst now wearing their black. They wore a purple top in game number 1. Now they have their black on with the purple numbers and a white trim. Here's the 1-2. Gavin Schaefer-Hood throws to first, and back safely is Murphy. Applying the tag there, Charlie O'Brien. Gavin Schaefer-Hood was the first baseman in game number 1. 1-2 pitch. And that's outside. And even count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Murphy is at first. He's singled. There are 2 away. Camden New, it's 2-2. And the pitch, that just misses outside. Full count now, 3-2 here on Camden New. And everything's going to rhyme when we say Camden New's name, apparently. The 3-2 pitch. And he walked him. So Camden New works out the walk. And there are 2 on and 2 out here in the top of the second. They'll bring up the right fielder, Alan Dye. First-year player out of Coquitlam, British Columbia. So he came a long way to play some baseball at Amherst. 1 for 3 in the first game, and a pitch by Gavin Schaefer-Hood is a strike. So Murphy's at second and New at first. Here's the 0-1. It's outside. 1-1 here on Alan Dye. Spelled D-A-I. Next pitch is outside. It's 2-1 on Dye. So Amherst with 2 men on. There are 2 outs. Top of the second inning. 2-1 now on Alan Dye. Jackson Rydell hopes for a chance on deck. Here's the pitch. And that one misses up high. It's 3-1 now on Dye. "3-1 from Gavin Schaefer. Hood is fouled off for strike 2. So he had the hit on at 3-1. Now it's a full count. And the runners will be going on the next pitch, 3-2. Murphy off of second base, New at first. And a 3-2 pitch. Swung on and foul back. So runners will reset. And Gavin Schaefer Hood gets ready for another 3-2 pitch to Alan Dye. It's on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout for Gavin Schaefer Hood. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, and there are 2 men left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning, no score here on the Northeast Sports Network. Okay, here we go. Lost my microphone there a second. A swing and a miss. Count on Charlie O'Brien is 0-2. Did not play in game number 1. Charlie O'Brien, a first-year player from Rockville Center, New York. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Giardino is swung on at the plate, bobbled there by the catcher. They throw to first, and they get him there for out number 1. That counts as a strikeout for Giardino. They'll bring up Jack Griffin, the right fielder. Griffin, a first-year player from Riverside, Connecticut. In women's lax today, the number 24 ranked Hamilton College Continentals beat number 15 Trinity by a score of 11-10. Big win for Hamilton. This one swung on and fouled off by Griffin for strike 1. The softball team was ahead, and that game, we'll find out the score of that game momentarily for game number 1. Their doubleheaders going on next door. They're in between games right now. One out, nobody on. Second inning for the Continentals, and that one is low. And the count 1-1 on Griffin, playing in right field here in game number 2. One by Giattino is down low. It's 2-1. The men play lax today against Williams. That game at Withiam at 4:30. You can see it right here on the Northeast Sports Network. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Griffin, and that's in for a strike. So it's 2-2 now. Nick Giattino in his second inning of work here for Amherst. 2 strikeouts in the game so far, and he has given up 2 walks. 2-2 pitch. Golfed out to right field. Actually, a little short plop up to a Chin at second base, and he puts that away for out number 2. Thought it was going a little deeper than it did. He kind of golfed at it, and Chin made the catch. Here's Tom Riley, the catcher. Tom Riley is the sophomore from Gloucester, New Jersey, batting at .250 on the season. Did not play in game number 1. And the pitch is right in there for a strike. So the Lady Continentals in women's lacrosse should move up in the polls after being number 15, Trinity. The 0-1 to Tom Riley is inside, and the count now 1-1 on the Continental catcher. No score here in the bottom of the second. Swung on out to right field. Dye going back, and he makes the catch. Little basket there. He just reached out and caught it just before it was going to hit the ground. So 3 up and 3 down here in the second inning. No score as we head to the top of the third here in the Northeast Sports Network. Gene Conti back here at Loop Road for NESCAC baseball. A little correction there. The Continentals women's lax team was 25th ranked. They beat number 15 Trinity today, 11-10 at Steuben Field. So it's the top of the third inning. Jackson Rydell, the shortstop, will lead things off here for the Amherst Mammoths. No score. Kevin Schaefer-Hood's pitch is swung on and driven out to center field. Schlafer going back makes the catch on the run for out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out here in the top of the third. Bring up the top of the order, Michael Perales, the center fielder. He's 0 for 1. Joe Palmo, the catcher, will follow after Perales. Kevin Schaefer-Hood's pitch is low for ball 1. Continentals won the first game 7-4. No score here in game number 2. Kevin Schaefer-Hood bounced up. This is going to be trouble for second. Shortstop Fields throws, and they get him. Nice play there by Ethan Harassed. And that's the second out. Ethan Harassed was a slow roller bouncer. He picked it up and gunned the first, and Gavin Schaefer-Hood with the stretch gets the runner, Perales. Here's Joe Palmo. Palmo is 0 for 1. So 2 down here in the third. In the pitch, he swung on and fouled off the off speed. He swung a little early. Strike 1. Next pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Palmo. Swung on, and this is going to be Gavin Schaefer-Hood fielding. He tosses to the catch to Gavin Schaefer-Hood covering, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down. We'll go to the bottom of the third. No score here on the Northeast Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning, no score. A genuine pitcher's duel here between Nick Giartino and Gavin Schaefer-Hood. It'll be 9-1-2 coming up here for Hamilton. Jay Schlafer, the center fielder, steps up for his first at-bats in game number 2. Schlafer was 0 for 3 in game number 1. Here's Giartino with the pitch. That one's outside. Is scoring the bunt there with Schlafer. No balls, 1 strike. No 1 ball, no strikes. That one's outside. 2-0 now on Schlafer, the sophomore from Manhasset, New York. 1 home run, 2 runs batted in on the year. 2 balls, no strikes. Giartino with the pitch. That's outside, 3-0. Schlafer looks down at the coach at third. See if he's taking on 3-0. And the pitch right in there for a strike. 3-1. Three-one pitch from Giartino, swung on, and this one heading foul out of play. And the count now is full of 3-2. Teams will play tomorrow a single game at Amherst. 3-2 pitch coming up here from Nick Giartino. And here it comes. Swung on and missed by Schlafer for strike 3. Third strikeout for Giattino. That'll bring up the top of the order. Phil Bernstein, 0 for 1 in today's second game. Bernstein's all set. And the pitch. Swung on. Down to second base. Chin fields. Throws to first for out number 2. So there's 2 away. Ethan harassed. Struck out looking his first time up. 3 hits in game number 1, including a home run, a triple, and a single. So here is harassed. He also got the save in game number 1. Nice pitching performance from Ethan harassed. And the pitch. Did he go? No, he did not. 1 ball, no strikes on the Continental shortstop. And timeout is called as the catcher might have a equipment malfunction. That is Joe Palmo. Yeah, he seems to be okay. I think his glove might have ripped. 1 ball, no strikes on Ethan harassed. Giattino's all set up there. And here's the pitch. Right in there for a strike, 1-1. Three strikeouts for Giattino in the game. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's popped up in the infield. Everybody looking around. Finally, I think the third baseman, Chris Murphy, makes the catch. And the side's retired. 3 up and 3 down. That's 7 in a row set down by Nick Giattino. We head to the 4th. No score here on the Northeast Sports Network. Top of the 4th inning, only 1 hit in the game. And that was by Amherst back in the 2nd inning. Luke Paydian leads off here for Amherst. He's 0 for 1. There'll be Paydian, Murphy, and Marshall to face Gavin Schaefer-Hood. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Actually, it's Daniel Chin is up. I'm sorry, Daniel Chin. Swing and a miss on Chin. He's 0 for 1. It'll be Chin, Paydian, and then Murphy. Gavin Schaefer-Hood set. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Second strikeout for Gavin Schaefer-Hood. And there's 1 away. And here is Luke Paydian. Paydian is 0 for 1. He's ready to face Gavin Schaefer-Hood. Here's the pitch. And that just misses down low for ball 1. Top of the 4th, no score. And the pitch. is inside. Now 2-0 on Paydian. Pitch catches the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. Continental's now with a 3-win, 4-loss record. Amherst at 2-2. And that one misses. It's 3-1 now on Paydian. Continentals will play a doubleheader at Middlebury next Saturday. This one swung on out to center field. Back goes Schlafer. Turns himself around. It's going to hit off the base of the wall. And it bounces over the wall. It's a ground rule double. Second hit of the game. So a ground rule double for Paydian. Schlafer went back all the way to the 400-foot sign. Bounced and went over the wall. So a base runner in scoring position for Amherst. That bring up Chris Murphy. Murphy has the other hit for Amherst in the game. A single in the second inning. So 1 on and 1 out time is called. At the plate as Chris Murphy steps out. Paydian leads off second base. And umpire's still not ready. Now we're all set for Murphy. Pitch. That one's up high. Ball 1. Tyler Marshall waits on deck for the Mammoths. 1 ball, no strike here on Murphy. And the pitch swung on a miss for strike 1. Paydian off of second base. Here's the pitch. Kevin Schaefer-Hood fell off the mound, and it's a call strike. I want to see that happen. He just kind of slipped off the rubber there. He got the strike. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes as Murphy steps out. Now he's back in. Paydian again off second base. There's 1 away. And the pitch. That misses outside. 2-2 is the count on Murphy. Hood is ready on the mound. And the pitch. Swung on, and that one's going to be trouble. And it's down the line, down in right field, retrieved there by Griffin, thrown back in. And 1 run's going to score. And a double for Chris Murphy. And Amherst takes a 1-0 lead. So back-to-back doubles. That'll bring up Tyler Marshall, who's 0 for 1. Left fielder. There's the pitch. And that one misses inside. Ball 1 to Marshall. Still 1 out. And the pitch. Swung on down to third base. And threw for a base hit out in the left field. Under the glove there of Matt McGoy. 3 hits in a row now for the Mammoths. They have runners at first and third with 1 out. And that'll bring up Camden New, the designated hitter. Worked out a walk his first time up. So there is Tyler Marshall. And Chris Murphy at third. 1 man out. And 1 run is in. This one's fouled off. 3 hits in the inning for the Mammoths. Camden New, 0-1 on him as he fouled that first one off. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. It's 0-2. So Murphy's at third. Marshall's at first. 1 run's in for the Mammoths. The 0-2 pitch to Camden New is outside. 1-2. Overcast day today, high only about 55 or so. The 1-2 pitch on the way to Camden New. They throw to first base, and Charlie O'Brien grabbed that one. No advance from the runner at third. The 1-2 pitch again to New. And that's down low. It's 2-2. New steps back in. The DH here in game number 2 for Amherst. And the pitch is outside. It's 3-2. One out, 2 men on, 1 in. 3-2 count on New. Hood shapes off or steps off, and New backed off as well. Now they're both back and ready. Here's the pitch. And it's low, ball 4. So the bases are loaded with 1 out for Alan Dye. Second walk by New today. And here's a trip to the mound from the coach, talking to Gavin Schaefer-Hood, who's having some trouble here in the 4th inning. 3 hits, 1 run in, bases loaded. Murphy, Marshall, and New are on the bags. And since I am working remotely, I have to ask Travis, is the bases loaded? Just to make sure. Are the bases loaded? Yes, that was correct. Thank you. Just in case I missed something. I can't see third base sometimes. So the bases are loaded. There is 1 out. And here's Alan Dye. Swung on and fouled off. Actually, it might be dropping in there for a base hit. I thought it was going foul. So one's going to score on that single. Or 2 runs came in, I believe. The camera went one way, the ball went the other. So runners at first and third. 2 runs do score. Alan Dye with a 2 RBI single there to make it 3-0. And here's Jackson Rydell. 6th man to bat in the order. Actually, 7th man up now is Rydell. And the pitch is up high for ball 1. So runners now at first and third. Camden New all the way to third base. Alan Dye is at first, and Rydell's at the plate. And the pitch is a strike and stolen base there for Dye as the ball kind of was juggled there by Tom Riley. Didn't get a chance to throw down to second base. So runners at second and third now with 1 out. And 3 are in for the Mammoths. 4 hits in the inning. Swung on, and that's foul. And the count is 1-1 here on Rydell. So Camden New is at third. Alan Dye is at second base. There's only 1 out. And the pitch swung on. And that chopper foul. Fielder there by Charlie O'Brien. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Rydell. Him and Schaefer Hood giving up 3 runs this inning, 4 hits. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Gavin Schaefer Hood. But between those strikeouts, a lot happening there. 3 runs in. So 2 outs. And here is Michael Perales, the leadoff man, and the 8th man to bat in this inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Perales is 0 for 2. New is at third, Dye at second. 2 outs. And the 0-1 pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. That pitch is low. And the count is 2-1 here on Perales. So Amherst with a 3-0 lead here in the top of the 4th. Game number 2. Continentals won first game 7-4. 2-1 pitch coming up here from Gavin Schaefer Hood. And time is called. Perales will step out. Hood still with his hands ready to pitch. Kind of frozen up there. Here and now he's ready. Swung on, down to short, harass Fields. Will throw to first in time to end the inning. 3 runs, 4 hits. There are 2 men left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Amherst 3, Hamilton nothing. Here on the Northeast Sports Network. Bottom of the 4th inning, Continentals will send up Brady Slinger, Matt McGoy, and Jacob Hahn to face Nick Giattino. Giattino has allowed 2 base runners, both on walks. Continental searching for their first hit of this second game. Here's Brady Slinger, worked out a walk in the 1st inning. 3 runs, 5 hits for Amherst. Squaring the bunt there, called strike on Slinger. Both ends of the doubleheader, 7 innings. Giattino's next pitch is outside. It's 1-1 on Brady Slinger. Pitch swung on and down the first baseline. And that is a foul ball. 1-2. Amherst going to play Williams next week at home for the doubleheader, a single game on Sunday. That pitch misses low. It's 2-2. Continentals head to Middlebury for a doubleheader next Saturday. 2-2 on Slinger. Giatino with the pitch. Swung on and fouled off by Slinger. Amherst will end their season on May 1st. They'll play Middlebury in a doubleheader. Championship will be played this year, the 8th and 9th, I believe, of May. Kind of a different format this year. 3-2 now on Slinger. I think the top two teams basically play a best-of-3 series at the team with the best record, first place team. 3 balls, 2 strikes here on Brady Slinger. Giatino with the pitch. Swung on and fouled off again by Slinger. Count remains full at 3-2. Slinger's all set. And here comes the pitch. And that one misses. He works out a walk. Second walk of the day for Slinger. Third walk given up by Giatino. And that'll bring up Matt McGoy, the third baseman. Also worked out a walk back in the first. Next Saturday, we'll have softball doubleheader on Saturday, as Middlebury will be in. 2 o'clock, I believe, the start time of that doubleheader here on NSN. 1 man on, nobody out, and that one's outside for ball 1 to Matt McGoy. Once again, Slinger is at first base. Just pop it into your screen there. That one's up high, 2-0. Slinger worked out the walk. Three strikeouts and 3 walks now for Giatino. And throw it at first base and back safely is Slinger. As Paydian applied the tag. Count at the plate is 2-0 on Matt McGoy. Here's the pitch up high, 3-0. So Giatino now behind on Matt McGoy. Slinger is at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Continentals trail 3-0. Here's the pitch. Right in there for a strike. Now 3-1 on McGoy. Throw it to first base again. Tag applied, but safe is Slinger. Three and one at the plate. And the pitch. In there for a strike. Full count now on Matt McGoy. 3-2. Slinger again, a short lead at first. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off by McGoy. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. McGoy, it's ready to go. 3-2. Giatino ready. Throw it to first base and back safely again is Slinger. Kind of a sidearm throw to first. McGoy steps back in. Pitch. Strike 3 call. Down looking goes Matt McGoy. And he is not a happy camper. 4th strikeout for a Giatino. 1 away. And that'll bring up Jacob Hahn, the designated hitter. He's 0 for 1. Let's see how much attention Giatino gives to Slinger this time, way inside for strike for a ball one. Time Slinger thought he might have been going off on the pitch, but did not. 1 ball, no strikes here on Jacob Hahn. There goes Slinger. The throw to second base is in time, and they get him. So that takes care of Slinger. So they're 2-way now. And I believe the count on Hahn is 1-1. Nope, 2 balls and no strikes is the count on Hahn. Base is clear now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. And the pitch is inside. 3 balls and no strikes on Hahn. Pitch on the way. In there for a strike. 3-1. Credit Palmo for that throw out of Brady Slinger. Swing and a miss. And the count is full at 3-2 on Jacob Hahn. Four strikeouts for Giatino. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Shortstop. Rydell Fields throws the first. And they get him there. A big stretch by Paydian. And that retires the sides. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We'll go to the top of the 5th. Amherst 3 and Hamilton nothing here in the Northeast Sports Network. Well, Gavin Schaefer Hood's day on the mound is over. Jackson Sattinger comes in relief, number 12. First-year player from Port Washington, New York. He's 0-2 on the year with a 4.05 ERA, 3 strikeouts, and this is his 3rd appearance of the year. He has 2 starts. So Sattinger in for Gavin Schaefer Hood. No other changes on the field for the Continentals. And Amherst will send up 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Joe Palmo, Daniel Chin, and Luke Paydian. Sattinger played in the first game. I believe he was out in right field. So here is Palmo, the catcher. He is 0-2 in the game, and the first pitch by Sattinger is swung on and fouled off for strike 1. Next pitch on the way. There's a strike. No balls and 2 strikes here on Palmo. Sattinger set. And the pitch swung on and fouled off. Ball gets away. And the runner is out as he overran first base. Overran the bag, did Palmo. And applying the tag, Gavin Schaefer-Hood, who has stayed in the game here at first base. So he applies the tag as Palmo had a chance to run after he swung, and that ball was deflected out of foul territory or in back of the catcher. Tom Riley picked it up, gunned to first, a high throw. Palmo thought I was going out in the right field and got caught and got tagged out, so there's one away. Here's Daniel Chin. No balls and 1 strike. This one swung on and fouled off for strike 2 by Chin. So Sattinger is the pitcher. Gavin Schaefer-Hood now in the game at first base. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on down to third base, fielded there by McGoy. Throws to first high, but coming down with the ball and tagging first base was Gavin Schaefer-Hood, and there's 2 away. Luke Paydian will be up. He is 1 for 2, doubled in the 4th. So there's 2 outs. A lot of adventure out there in the infield this inning. Sattinger's pitch, and it hit him. Saw that coming before he even let the ball halfway to the mound. So Paydian will take the base after being hit by the pitch, and they'll give him a check out. He just kind of dunked him in the side there, covered by the full helmet. Yeah, he's got everything in the ears covered as well. So Chris Murphy will be up. Murphy's 2 for 2. He has a single and a double and a run batted in. That came the 3rd. So a hit batsman gives Amherst a runner. That pitch down low by Sattinger. 1 ball, no strikes here on Chris Murphy. So Paydian is at first. 2 outs. Sattinger's pitch. That's inside. It's 2-0. 6-1 lefty up there on the mound for the Continentals. And Jackson Sattinger. 2 balls, no strikes. And there's strike 1 on a fastball. Paydian off of first. And the pitch, swing and a miss, actually fouled off. And that'll allow the runner to head down to second base. 2-2 at the plate on Chris Murphy. And down to second goes Paydian. Amherst with a 3-0 lead here in the top of the 5th. Continentals won game 1, 7-4. 2-2 pitch coming up to Chris Murphy. In there for a call, strike 3. Down looking goes Murphy. First strikeout for Sattinger. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. 3-0 Amherst here on the Northeast Sports Network. Bottom of the fifth inning, Continentals in search of their first hit as Nick Giattino has only given up 3 walks so far. 2 left on base for the Continentals. And here's Charlie O'Brien. Actually, I think we have a pinch hitter up here. Or is this Gavin Schaefer-Hood? Hood swings and fouls this one off. So, Gavin Schaefer-Hood replaces Charlie O'Brien at first. And the count now is 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is inside 1-1. So Hood started the game, moved over the first base after he was relieved by Sattinger. And takes the place of Charlie O'Brien in the batting order. Batting in the 6th spot is Gavin Schaefer-Hood. 1 ball, 1 strike. Giattino's pitch is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Giattino with 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. I'll make that 2 balls and 2 strikes on Gavin Schaefer-Hood. It'll be Hood, Griffin, and Riley due up here in the bottom of the 5th. Continentals trail 3-0. And here's the pitch from Giattino. Swung on out to left field, and making the catch is Tyler Marshall for out number 1. So here's Jack Griffin, the right fielder, 0 for 1 in today's game. Giattino looks in for a sign from Pelmo. This is actually Jackson Sattinger. He's batting for Griffin in the 7th spot. So Sattinger is hitting while he is pitching. And the pitch down low. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Sattinger. Swing and a miss for strike 2. No runs, no hits for Hamilton. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Mammoths. Giattino's pitch swung on and right to the second baseman, Daniel Chin, for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down. And that'll bring up Tom Riley, the catcher. Riley's 0 for 1. Pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. Shane Dukes caught the first game. Riley catches game number 2. No balls and 1 strike. Giattino set with the pitch. Up high for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike here on Tom Riley. And the pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 from Giattino. Curveball, caught looking, strike 3. 5th strikeout for Giattino. And he is on cruise control as the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the top of the 6th. Amherst 3, Hamilton nothing here on the Northeast Sports Network. Top of the 6th inning, Amherst with a 3-0 lead. Here's Sattinger with his second inning of work for the Continentals. Ball 1 on Tyler Marshall. Marshall, New, and Dye due up here in the 6th. Swung on in the air, short right field, and making the catch there is Jacob Rabitsky. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong sheet. That's Jacob Hahn. Hahn now takes over for Griffin in right field, so they lose the DH. So Hahn is now in right field, and there's one out. Camden New worked out 2 walks so far in the game. He swings at this one, and it's a base hit into right field. So Camden New has been on base 3 times in the game, 2 walks, and a single right there. And the 6th hit for the Amherst Mammoths. Alan Dye's up. Dye has a hit and a run batted in that came back in the 3rd inning. Sattinger set with a pitch, swung on and fouled back for strike 1. So Camden New comes up, swings at the first pitch, and gets a hit. And now at first base with 1 out. 6th inning with Amherst up 3-0. And the pitch to Alan Dye. First, I'll throw over to first base. And back there is New. That's outside. 1-1. Dye has driven in 2 runs today with that single in the 3rd. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 1 out here in the 6th. Sattinger on the mound for the Continentals. And the pitch, strike call. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Alan Dye. Jackson Rydell waiting on deck. Again, New takes a lead off of first base. Sattinger, the 1-2 pitch, swung on and down into right field for a base hit past the outstretched arm of Gavin Schaefer-Hood. 2 hits in a row here for the Mammoths as Dye singles. New goes to second. There's 1 out, and Jackson Rydell, who's 0 for 2, comes up. So New now at second, Dye at first. And here's Rydell to face Sattinger. Swing and a miss by Rydell. Strike one. Seven hits now for the Mammoths. Sattinger set. Runners off first and second. Strike call at the plate. And Rydell falls behind. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. That one is inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Rydell with Michael Paralis on deck. New is at second base, Dye at first. 1 out. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Rydell. And Sattinger with the pitch. In there for a call, strike 3. Down looking goes Rydell. There's 2 down. Second strikeout for Sattinger. And this is Michael Paralis, the center fielder. Paralis is 0 for 3 in the game. New still at second base and Dye at first. And the pitch is low for ball 1. Top of the 6th, Amherst with a 3-0 lead in game number 2. Continentals with a 7-4 win in game 1. Pitch by Sattinger. Down the pike for strike 1. So 2 outs and 2 on here in the 6th. 1-1 count to Michael Paralis. And Sattinger gets set. And the pitch. That's a strike call. Held up, but good pitch there by Jackson Sattinger. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sattinger all set. 1-2 pitch coming up here to Paralis. Strike 3 called, down looking goes the right fielder, the center fielder. 2 strikeouts in a row for Jackson Sattinger. In the inning, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 left on base. Go to the bottom of the 6th with Amherst up 3-0 here on the Northeast Sports Network. Back here at the Loop Road Baseball Softball Complex at Hamilton College in Clinton, New York, the New England Small College Athletic Conference bringing you some baseball action today on the Northeast Sports Network. 3-0 Amherst with the lead as the Continentals bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning to face Nick Giattino, who's got 5 strikeouts and has allowed no hits so far. Scoring the bunt there is Jay Schlafer. He takes strike 1. It'll be Schlafer, Bernstein, and Harass due up here in the sixth inning for the Continentals. Pitch by Giattino is inside, ball one. Also today in women's lacrosse, the women beat Trinity 11-10. That's an upset because Trinity was ranked 15. We were ranked number 25. Squaring the bunt again is Schlafer, and he got caught there with strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Schlafer. 1 home run, 2 runs batted in. That home run coming last Sunday. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The 6th strikeout for Giattino. And here's Phil Bernstein, who's 0 for 2. Men's Lax is playing today against Williams. That game underway at Withiam Field on the Northeast Sports Network. You can watch multiple games of your choice at nsn.com. Nice pitch there from Giattino is outside. Count 1 ball, no strikes here on Bernstein. In there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Bernstein. Men's Lax down 7-3. That's at the half against Williams. 1-1 pitch on the way, and that's outside. 2 balls and 1 strike here on Bernstein. Continentals down by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Giattino pitching a gem so far. Here's the pitch. Swung on out to left field. On his horse is Marshall. He makes the catch. Nice running catch there by Tyler Marshall. And they're 2 away. Ethan Harass comes up. Harass is 0 for 2. Hamilton won that first softball game today 6-2. They trail 6-0 right now in the game 2. Pitch swung on and missed by Ethan Harass for strike 1. No runs, no hits for Hamilton. They've left 2 on base. That was in the first inning when Giattino gave up 2 walks. Here's the pitch. Down low for ball 1. One pitch coming up here to Ethan Harass. And here it comes. In there for a call strike. Nice pitch from Giattino. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Strike 3 call, the 6th strikeout of the game for Giattino. Continentals go 1-2-3 in the 6th. We'll head to the top of the 7th inning. Amherst 3, Hamilton 0 here on the Northeast Sports Network. Top of the seventh inning, Amherst with a 3-0 lead. They'll send up Joe Palmo, Daniel Chin, and Luke Paydian to face Jackson Sattinger. Third inning of work for Sattinger. 3 runs, 7 hits for Amherst. And they've left 7 on base. No runs, no hits, 2 left on base for Hamilton. Sattinger's pitch is swung on. That's fouled off by Palmo for strike 1. So Amherst looking for the split of this doubleheader. Single game tomorrow at Amherst. Softball also headed to Amherst for their single game. Here's the pitch outside. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Palmo. Catching both ends of the doubleheader today is Palmo. Sattinger, the big lefty, gets the sign in from Tom Riley. Here's the pitch. And that one up high. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Palmo. All 3 runs scored in the 4th inning by Amherst. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And that up high. 3-1 now on Palmo. Palmo is 0 for 3 in the game. And Sattinger with the pitch. Swung on. This is heading foul. And the count will be full at 3 balls and 2 strikes to the catcher. Three and 2 for Sattinger. And the pitch. Swung on. This one's fouled off. So Palmo will get another crack at it. Sattinger with the pitch. Fouled off the plate, off his leg. Now Palmo gets back in. 3-2 again for Sattinger. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Fourth strikeout for Sattinger in the game. And here is Daniel Chin. Chin is 0 for 3. First pitch by Sattinger. Swung on down to second base. Slinger's going to have to charge it. Tosses to Gavin Shaper-Hood for the second out. So 2 away. And here is Luke Paydian, the first baseman. Paydian doubled in the 3rd inning. Hit by a pitch in the 4th. Make that the 5th inning. And the pitch by Sattinger is outside, ball 1. So 2 down here in the top of the 7th inning. Continentals will have batters 3, 4, and 5 due up in the bottom of the 7th. 1-0 to Paydian. Here's the pitch. And that one low. 2 balls and no strikes now on Paydian. Call strike. 2-1 now. Settinger not wasting a lot of time up there. He's ready. And this time he did take some time and both step off. Now Paydian is back in there. And Sattinger is set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off. That'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the 7th inning. Amherst with a 3-0 lead. Continentals winning that first game 7-4. 2-2 pitch coming up from Sattinger. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball gets away from Tom Riley. I think they have called that a foul ball. Nope, runner down at first base. So the ball got away from Riley, and I think Riley may be still by the fence there. So Paydian is at first. And we've got a timeout here. Continentals play doubleheader next week at Middlebury. And might have a substitution coming in as catcher for Tom Riley. And next week, Amherst will take on Williams, doubleheader at home, and then a single game next Sunday. And here's Shane Dukes. He'll be taking over the catching duties for Riley. Caught the first game. So man on first is Paydian. Pass ball. It was a strikeout pass ball, and Tom Riley pulled from the game now. Shane Dukes comes in. And here is Chris Murphy. Murphy, a multiple hit day, run batted in the 4th inning. Pitch from Sattinger, swung on down to third. Here's McGoy. Fields throws the first in time to retire the sides. No runs, no hits, 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Amherst 3, Hamilton nothing here on the Northeast Sports Network. Bottom of the 7th, last chance for the Continentals. They'll send up Brady Slinger, Matt McGoy, and Jacob Hahn to face Nick Giattino. So Giattino, 6 strikeouts in the game, and he starts off with a nice curveball in there for a strike to Brady Slinger. Slinger has walked twice in the game. This is swung on, and infield pop-up right to Rydell for out number 1. That's going to bring up Matt McGoy. McGoy worked out a walk in the 1st inning and struck out in the 4th. Giattino is on cruise control. And the pitch to Matt McGoy misses low for ball one. One out, nobody on, bottom of the seventh. Amherst with a 3-0 lead. And Giattino ready with the pitch. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Jacob Hahn waits on deck, playing now in right field. Swing and a miss by Matt McGoy. It's 2-1. Two balls, one strike here on McGoy. Giattino with the pitch. Down low 3-1 now on the Continental third baseman. Here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Both softball and baseball playing at Amherst tomorrow. 3-1 pitch coming up. Call strike on the outside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Matt McGoy. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on out to center field and deep. Back there is Perales, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 away. Continental's down their final out. And Jacob Hahn is your batter. Hahn is 0 for 2 in the game. Giattino trying to go all the way in this 7-inning contest. Here's the pitch. And a call strike to Hahn. Next pitch by Giattino is up high. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Jacob Hahn. 6 strikeouts. He does have 3 walks in the game, but no hits for Giattino. 1-1 to Hahn. Down low, 2-1. Giattino gets set, looks into Palmo for a sign. And the 2-1. Swung on and fouled off, and Continental's down their final strike here. 2-2 on Jacob Hahn. The 2-2. Just missing outside. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Jacob Hahn. Hahn set. Giattino ready. And the pitch. Outside. And Jacob Hahn works out the walk. 4th walk given up here by Giattino. So the Continentals with a little life as Hahn takes first. And up next is Gavin Schaefer-Hood, the first baseman. Started the game as the pitcher. Start the game at this afternoon. So here's Gavin Schaefer-Hood. He's 0 for 1. And the pitch way outside for ball 1. Giattino has to contend with Hahn at first base. Here's the pitch. That just misses. 2 balls and no strikes now on Gavin Schaefer-Hood. Hahn again off first. 2 balls, no strikes to Hood. And the pitch is in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Rydell and Chin playing deep at short and second. Here's the pitch. In there for a call strike. It's 2-2. And once again, the Continentals down their final strike. Hood is set. So is Giattino. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off by Gavin Schaefer-Hood. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Giattino is ready. So is Gavin Schaefer-Hood. And the 2-2. That one is up high. Full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gavin Schaefer-Hood with Hahn at first base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Continentals won game 1 7-4. Giattino, fabulous in this game. 3-2 pitch. Outside, he walked him. So 2 on now for the Continentals with 2 outs. The tying run comes to the plate for the Continentals. I believe it's supposed to be Sattinger. Let's see. And boy, the coach comes out here to talk to Giattino. Had 2 outs, given up 2 walks in a row. And the coach, J.P. Pine, and Jackson Sattinger will be the batter. So Coach Pine wants to settle down Giattino. He's given up 2 walks in a row. He did that in the first inning as well. The Continentals left 2 on base. So here is Sattinger. He struck out twice in the game. Hahn at second. Gavin Schaefer-Hood at first, and that pitch is outside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes here on Sattinger. And the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. 2 outs, 2 on, bottom of the 7th. Sattinger at the plate. And the pitch by Giattino is inside for ball 2. Time called as Giattino steps off the rubber, surveys the land, sees Hahn at second base. Gavin Schaefer-Hood at first. 2 balls, 1 strike here on Sattinger. And the pitch swung on and fouled off. And for the 3rd time, Continentals down to their final strike. Two-two to Sattinger. And here's the pitch. Inside and low, 3-2. Giattino might be thinking too much about this possible no-hitter. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 men on, 2 out in the 7th. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off by Sattinger. So he stays alive. And Giattino is going to be reaching for the Pepto-Bismol soon. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Sattinger. And the pitch is outside. He walked him. 3 walks in a row by Giattino. And Tom Riley comes up as the winning run. Continental's down to 3-0. The bases are loaded. There's 2 outs. And Riley, the catcher, comes up. Or is that Schlafer? I'm not sure. I think it might be Schlafer. No, it's supposed to be Riley, actually. Okay, bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And good pitch right there. It is actually Shane Dukes. I'm sorry. Shane Dukes for the first time up. He replaced Tom Riley last inning as the catcher. So Dukes is up to face Giattino for the first time. 1 strike on Dukes. And the pitch swung on in the air to right field, and this one is drifting foul. Had the distance. No balls and 2 strikes now. So for the 4th time this inning, Continental's down to their final strike. Oh, 2 pitch to Shane Dukes with the bases loaded. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Outside. Nicely blocked there by Palmo. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Giattino has walked 3 in a row to load the bases here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Dukes. He's ready. Here's the pitch. Outside. Again has to be blocked there by Palmo. Count is even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Giattino trying to get the shutout here. He still has it, but he's walked 3 in a row. The count is 2-2 here on Shane Dukes. No runs, 5 runs batted in for Dukes. Again, setting up for the 2-2 pitch is Giattino. It's on the way. And that misses down low. It's 3-2. Giattino can't believe it. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners will be going on the pitch. Swung on and popped up. Foul by Dukes. So he's hanging in there. And the tension mounts on the mound for Giattino. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Shane Dukes. Jay Schlafer is on deck. The 3-2 pitch coming up. Runners take their lead. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled off by Dukes again. Count remains 3-2. So the bases are loaded. 2 outs. 3-2 pitch on the way to Shane Dukes. It is up high and a walk, and the Continentals get a run without a hit. 4 walks in a row by Giattino. Here's Jay Schlafer. And here comes the coach. And that is going to be all for Giattino. He's walked 4 in a row and does not get the complete game. And he has to be heartbroken. They're giving him a big handshake there from the infielders. What a pitching performance by Giattino. No runs given up, no hits. Actually, 1 run given up, no hits. And he's got the bases loaded right now. And a new pitcher coming in here for the Amherst Mammoths. If I'm not mistaken, that's Alan Dye. Dye was in right field. Yes, it is Alan Dye. So Dye comes in. Have to get a new right fielder out there for Amherst as well. So Dye has to come in relief for Giattino, who gave up no hits, allowed 1 run, and left with the bases loaded on 4 straight walks. So Jay Schlafer comes up. Now, if you remember last week, I thought it was a 7-inning game, and Schlafer hit a home run in the bottom of the 7th inning, put the Continentals up 3-2, and I thought it was a walk-off home run. Let's see if it actually comes to fruition today. Alan Dye, the British Columbia native, comes in relief here in the bottom of the 7th inning. There are 2 outs. Bases are loaded. And I'm not sure who's out in right field now for the Mammoths. Because Dye was out in right field. Forget I'm doing this remotely, so if I hear a PA announcement, I can't hear it. Even our men in the booth have no idea who's out there. It's a mystery man. It might be one of those cardboard cutouts you see at a baseball game. Anyway, so Alan Dye is going to pitch to Jay Schlafer. We blame the purple numbers on the black for that. So, okay, so here we go. 4 walks in a row. Hood, Sattinger, and Dukes are on. And here is Jay Schlafer to face Alan Dye. 3-1 now is the score. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch by Dye is in there for a strike, and Schlafer can't believe it. No balls and 1 strike here on Jay Schlafer. Schlafer's set. Runners take the lead at first, second, and third. Dye with the pitch. Swing and a miss by Schlafer. Strike 2. And for the 5th time in the inning, Continentals down to their final strike. Oh, 2 pitch coming up here to Schlafer. Dye is set. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Schlafer goes down swinging. And that will end the ball game. 1 run, no hits, 3 left on base for Hamilton. A combined no-hitter by Giattino and Alan Dye. What a pitching performance by Amherst pitching today. And you got to give credit to Nick Giattino. Couldn't go all the way, but Alan Dye comes in, saves the game. And your final score in game number 2, Amherst 3, Hamilton 1. Hamilton won the first game 7-4. They'll play the rubber game tomorrow at Amherst. So if you enjoyed all the action today, we thank Travis Kiefer back at the park. Gene Conti here, my super secret location somewhere in Clinton. Hope you enjoyed today's contest. Once again, final score today, 7-4 in game number 1 for Hamilton, and 3-1. Amherst beats the Continentals in game number 2. And for Travis, this is Gene Conti wishing you a good afternoon, and we'll see you next week for softball action on Saturday here on the Northeast Sports Network.